Jean de Villiers backs Tony Brown amid all-black speculation as 2027 World Cup looms. Former Springboks captain Jean de Villiers has insisted he would harbor no resentment should Tony Brown decide to leave South Africa and return to New Zealand ahead of the 2027 Rugby World Cup. Even though such a move would represent a significant blow to the Springboks coaching setup, Brown, currently serving as South Africa's attack coach, has found himself at the center of intense speculation following the shock sacking of Scott Robertson as All Blacks head coach. With New Zealand Rugby now scrambling to appoint a successor less than 2 years out from the global showpiece in Australia, attention has inevitably turned to potential coaching combinations capable of restoring stability and confidence within the All Blacks camp. At the forefront of that discussion is Jamie Joseph, widely viewed as the leading candidate to guide New Zealand into the next World Cup. Joseph's long-standing professional relationship with Brown has only fueled rumors that the two could reunite, despite Brown being under contract with SA Rugby. For South Africa, the prospect of losing Brown would be deeply unsettling. Since joining the Springboks coaching group, the former All Blacks fly half has become a key architect of their attacking evolution, complementing Rassie Erasmus' broader strategic vision and helping refine a side that has already achieved back-to-back World Cup triumphs. Yet for de Villiers, the situation is not simply about national rivalry or competitive advantage. It is first and foremost a human dilemma. A coaching market thrown into chaos. Scott Robertson's departure from the All Blacks sent shockwaves through the rugby world. Widely regarded as one of the most successful coaches in Super Rugby history, Robertson was expected to usher New Zealand into a new era after taking over from Ian Foster. Instead, his tenure ended abruptly midway through a 4-year contract, leaving NZ Rugby without a clear plan at a critical stage of the World Cup cycle. That sudden vacancy has transformed the international coaching market. With New Zealand's most coveted job unexpectedly available, speculation has intensified around elite coaches already embedded in successful programs elsewhere. Brown, given his pedigree, experience, and history with potential candidates like Joseph, has inevitably been drawn into the conversation. While Brown has publicly stated that he has no break clause in his Springboks contract, that has done little to silence rumors. New Zealand Rugby could, in theory, negotiate with SA Rugby for his release, a process that would almost certainly involve a substantial compensation package and delicate political maneuvering. The Jamie Joseph, Tony Brown connection. Much of the intrigue surrounding Brown's future centers on his relationship with Jamie Joseph. The pair have worked together extensively, first at the Highlanders and later with Japan, where they helped engineer one of the most remarkable transformations in modern rugby. Under their stewardship, the Brave Blossoms evolved into a disciplined, tactically astute, and fearless side capable of unsettling Tier 1 nations on the world stage. That shared history has created a perception that Joseph and Brown operate as a coaching partnership, a double act built on mutual trust, complementary philosophies, and a deep understanding of how to maximize player potential. If Joseph is appointed as All Blacks head coach, many believe Brown would be a natural choice to help shape the team's attacking identity. For New Zealand Rugby, reuniting that duo could represent both continuity and innovation. For South Africa, however, it would pose a serious challenge. A crucial figure in the Springboks' success since the 2023 World Cup, Brown has played a pivotal role in refining the Springboks' attacking systems. While South Africa have long been associated with physical dominance, defensive resilience, and set-piece excellence, Brown's influence has been evident in their increasing tactical flexibility and ability to strike from multiple areas of the field. He has helped integrate creativity into a traditionally pragmatic framework, ensuring the Boks can adapt to different opponents and game scenarios without losing their core identity. That contribution has not gone unnoticed within the squad or the wider rugby community. Brown is widely regarded as one of the most innovative attack coaches in the game, someone capable of blending structure with instinct and discipline with expression. Losing him would not only disrupt continuity, but could also slow South Africa's evolution as they seek to extend their dominance into a third World Cup cycle. Rassie Erasmus responds, in typical fashion true to form. Springboks director of rugby Rassie Erasmus addressed the speculation with humor rather than alarm. Taking to social media, Erasmus posted a meme featuring Tony Brown with the caption, "I'm not leaving." The tongue-in-cheek response was instantly recognizable as classic Rassie, deflecting pressure, calming nerves, and subtly reinforcing unity within the Springboks camp. While the post drew laughter from fans, it also highlighted the underlying concern. Even in jest, Erasmus' message acknowledged the reality that Brown's name is now firmly in circulation. Among Springbok supporters, the reaction has been mixed. Many trust Erasmus to manage the situation, confident that contracts and long-term planning will prevail. Others fear that the pull of home, family, and the allure of leading the All Blacks could eventually prove too strong. Jean de Villiers. Perspective over parochialism. Speaking on the Boks Unpacked podcast, Jean de Villiers offer a measured and empathetic take on the unfolding situation. De Villiers, who captained South Africa with distinction and remains one of the most respected voices in the game, made it clear that his admiration for Brown extends beyond rugby. "It's an interesting one, Villiers said. "As a human being, I absolutely only have praise and respect for Tony Brown. I think he's a fantastic guy. That respect," de Villiers explained, is rooted in personal experience that he played alongside Brown during a season at the Stormers and has spent time with him since Brown returned to South Africa in a coaching capacity. Those interactions left a lasting impression. "He is just a top person," de Villiers added, balancing ambition, loyalty, and family. For de Villiers, the central tension lies in the competing demands of professional ambition and personal life. "You go in and you become a coach, and you want to be successful in that role as well," he said. He's been fantastically successful with the Springboks with what he's added. Brown's success, however, inevitably makes him attractive to other unions, particularly his home nation. De Villiers acknowledged that factors beyond rugby performance could influence Brown's decision-making. If he can potentially be in a situation where he is closer to his family, it makes more sense in his personal capacity and for his family, and maybe financially, etc. Can we hold it against him? I don't think you can. In an era where player welfare and work-life balance are increasingly prioritized, de Villiers' comments strike a chord. Coaching at the highest level is relentlessly demanding, often involving extended periods away from home. The opportunity to work closer to family can be a powerful motivator, not the type to walk away lightly despite his understanding. De Villiers does not believe Brown would abandon the Springboks lightly. Is he the kind of person who will just leave a project halfway through? I don't think he will either, so it's an extremely difficult one. That assessment aligns with Brown's reputation within rugby circles. Known for his professionalism and loyalty, he is not seen as someone who chases opportunities impulsively or prioritizes short-term gain over long-term commitment. For de Villiers, that character trait offers reassurance. "I think the right thing will happen," he said. Trust in Rassie Erasmus. Planning. De Villiers also expressed confidence in Erasmus' ability to manage the situation. "Throw in Rassie Erasmus' name there, and I'm pretty sure his contract with Tony Brown will have been watertight." Erasmus' reputation as a meticulous planner is well established. From squad rotation strategies to succession planning within the coaching group, few in world rugby are as detail-oriented or forward-thinking that if Brown's contract does become a point of negotiation, it is unlikely to catch rugby unprepared. The bigger picture. Rivalry with respect. What makes this episode particularly compelling is the tone of mutual respect between rivals. Historically, the All Blacks and Springboks rivalry has been defined by fierce competition, national pride, and uncompromising standards. Yet in this case, figures like de Villiers are emphasizing empathy over antagonism. Rather than framing Brown's potential departure as betrayal, de Villiers views it as a personal and professional crossroads, one that any coach in Brown's position would find challenging. That perspective reflects a broader shift in elite rugby culture, where human considerations are increasingly acknowledged alongside performance metrics.